If you read the Puritan authors, they usually name the Turks or Turkey as the tools of devil, tools of Satan. But I don't share the same view with them. Not because I'm a Turk, but I believe that God has a unique plan for Turkey, not only for Turkey, but for the entire world. When Christ said that the gates of hell will not prevail against the church, he did not say that just to get his apostles excited about what he is doing, but he was giving us a reality that we should expect and hope for. And in the Old Testament, the promises about the kingdom of God, the fact that Christ is bound to Satan and is spoiling his kingdom right now, gives me a hope that Christ will overcome all of his enemies in Turkey one day, and Turkey will become a Christian territory again, not for political purposes, not for any other purposes, but for Christ's kingdom, and the righteousness will dwell in Turkey. I may not be able to see it during my lifetime, but I have to do my best to lay the foundations for that to take place in the future, and give this worldview to other Christians so that they can strive for the kingdom of God, not just be pessimistic about it, not just feel bad about when things go wrong, when they get persecuted, but they can rely on the promises of God, not what the newspaper says, not what they see by their own eyes, but they should put the scriptures right in front of their eyes and see the entire world through that spectacle. Sadly, there is not a good biblical teaching about the end times or the nature of the kingdom of Christ in Turkey. The ones who are teaching about this doctrine, they're teaching a more pessimistic worldview. The world is going to get worse and worse and worse, and then Christ will come back and rapture us all again. In a sense, the pessimistic worldview about the end times is really damaging to the cause of missions, because they think that they can't do anything to change Turkey. They think that Satan is the king of this world, and there will be always a dualism between God and Satan, and until the end. And when the end comes, then God will be the king, and he will be the victorious one. So they think that the Christians who have this worldview, pessimistic worldview, think that they should not expect the church to flourish in the country until Christ comes. If you have that worldview along with the persecution, constant persecution, you will start to interpret what's happening in the church as something unusual, not to be something that is not to be expected. God is still working. He's still fulfilling his promises. He's brought 4,000 Christians out of one, and now he's going to bring more elect out of Turkey. But when they have that worldview, that pessimistic worldview, they don't see those conversions. They don't see Christ's kingdom advancing as something that is grounded in the Bible, but they say, wow, and they just leave it there. The ones who have this pessimistic worldview do not expect for Christ's kingdom to flourish in Turkey, because they think that the world is going to get worse and they will always be a small minority in the country. In a sense, this also affects their evangelism, their missions, because they don't believe that the whole country can be won to Christ.